Shalom, que pasa, buenos dias, mahaloha, bonjour, ciao. Welcome to my channel, Cowboys Hippie Live. I just wanted to try and do a little lesson here, okay, about Daniel 2. This is a prophecy that must come to pass, and I can see it unfolding because I have eyes to see, and I've been blessed with the gift of this. And I'm in Daniel 2, and it's talking about right here, he's explaining. He says, "You, O king," he says, "you looked and there's a great image, okay? And the head was of fine gold, okay? And it goes on to explain the rest of that image right there. You know, the chest of the head fine gold, the chest and arms silver, bronze, and then iron and clay. And what those actually represent was the head of gold, which was the Babylonian, Nebuchadnezzar. That represented the first society of money. All those that statue represents is a society of money. Okay, that's set up to really enslave people. That's when the first slaves, came in. This concept here. Okay, but then it goes on to say in verse 34, it says, or wait, yeah, it says, but it said, okay, because that part iron, plate, part clay, but then it says, verse 34, you watched while a stone, just so you can read that, boom, uh, you watched while a stone was cut out without human hands, okay, which struck the image on its feet of iron and clay and broke them into pieces. Now, this stone represents, that's a metaphor for a society. Cut without human hands means that the human ego and vanity can't do it. You have to really call on our higher power and let his power overcome us to love our brother as ourself. Okay? And it says the stone that struck the image, which is society, and it filled the whole earth. Okay, because we're going to have little communities around that ain't going to take part in all this stuff they're doing. So it's actually going to because we're not going to take part in their monetary systems. We're going to do things on love and bartering and things like that. And it lets you know when this society is going to set up. Okay, actually, in the book of Acts, the first apostles thought that they were in the end times. Okay, but they weren't in the time of the iron mixed with clay in the time of the 10 kings. There's no other body part after the feet, which is where we are at now. And it says, and he will set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. That's a literal kingdom. It has to happen on earth. As it says there in Hebrews, Christ is sitting at the right hand of God. What is he doing? Huh? If he's just sitting there, why isn't he coming? Because he's waiting for his bride to make his enemies a footstool. Okay? And that's what the bride has to do. Okay, just like it says in Luke 14:33. And these are important verses that you can't overlook, and you have to do these things to actually say you are following the philosophy of a great teacher. Okay, but it says, so likewise, whoever of you does not forsake all that he has cannot be my disciple. And that means giving up all your worldly possessions, just like he told the rich man. So that's our goal in life, is to build that stone kingdom, and only those who have eyes to see are going to see. But you have to do Acts 2:44. You have to come together, and there has to be equal. You sell all your possessions. Okay, no one says anything's their own. That gets rid of ego, vanity, and those kind of things. But you have to trust God in the man. So anyway, much love.